Hello to my fellow profitable trader. This is my GBPUSD outlook for today. I started this day in great mood, happy and excited to see what the markets would have in store for me. Here is me drawing my support and resistance levels, my zones. The purpose of those lines and those boxes is to show the places where have market reaction, where price reacted in the market. Scouting for those levels, those zones. Still scouting. And then based on the last reaction, I kind of like drew a shape to predict, not necessarily predict, but I'm looking, my thought process is that markets will test that and push upward. Markets will test that zone and push upward. Now I'm now seeing it's not even that clear. I wish I had brought it much more forward. Yeah, I think you can see it. This is better. Of course, I'm watching out for the reaction of the market on that zone. Like I said, my thought process is the markets will react, maybe retest that zone and push upward, which is the reason for that line. I think this is clearer. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. I didn't know that market had its own plan. Now, I was at work, so I didn't have the time to check in markets at intervals. Only when I got the opportunity, I'll check again. And then I now saw that price almost hit my SL. Market actually came towards my SL. So I thought, okay, I would leave it since my risk management was still in check. I had only entered at about 0.5% of my account. Usually I would enter a trade with 1% of per day. So I just thought, okay, this trade, let's start with 0.5, which is what you saw there. That was why I drew the sell, the short option. If price per adventure takes me out, the remaining 0.5%, I'll use it to take another trade. You can see my risk management risking $50. 0.19 catch at least 1 to 2 rates to reward. That's risking $50 to catch at least 100. Now, later in the day when I came back to my chart, I realized that price was going well. Plan was moving smoothly. Price was going in my direction. It almost took out my stop loss, but fortunately, I gave my stop loss breathing space. Don't be scared of your stop loss, of how large your stop loss is, as long as your risk management is in check. And how do you calculate your risk management? You go to babypips.com and put the figures there. It will give you the exact figure that you are supposed to be risking. So the exact loss size you are supposed to be risking on that trade. So look at my chart. I'm risking that amount to gain at least two of the amount I'm risking now. As at this point, I was so happy. Price was moving smoothly towards my direction, and I was very close to TP. This is me just enjoying myself. I went back to 15 minutes to see if there were any hidden candle I'm not seeing or any funny movement from the chart. Yeah, you can see that point 1.37254. That was the highest point market got to. So I was thinking of putting my TP at that point. After readjusting it, I thought to not do that. Just let's don't be greedy. Let's catch at least 1 to 2 weeks to reward. And look at those $77. We are almost at TP. Very, very close to TP. Then I started observing the weak rejection. And my mind told me, when I saw that we to exit the market, but I was like, no. I'm working on my, that sometimes when you have a trading plan, it's best to stick to your trading plan. I wanted to stick to my trading plan. I wanted market. It's either TP or SL. So I thought, okay, then another candle opened in 15 minutes time frame. So I thought, let's see, either we exit the market right now due to these weak rejections, or we observe further what markets will do then. I just thought, okay, since price has gone way ahead, if price reverse at this time and it's my SL, it will just be a waste of the day. So I just thought, okay, let me shift my SL, let me break even. Shifted my SL, my entrance level. So that was what I did. Shifted my stop loss, brought the trade to break even. Now market started moving downwards. At this point, I didn't know what to do. Well, not necessarily. At this point, I was like, well, anything market wants to do, let it. As long as I'm no longer risking anything on this trade, I brought my stop loss to my entry. So this is a free trade. Look at from 70 we are now. So I left again. By the time I came back to the charts, market moved so drastically. So I decided to close the trade, left that trade with about 40 something dollars. Yeah, I didn't follow my trading plan. I exited the market. But all in all, it's a win. I'm actually trading an FTMO free trial. I plan on getting my Profim account this week. So I thought to, in the meantime, practice with FTMO free trial. And look at it. The reason why I love FTMO free trial is because it will give you your stats, the back end of your trade. Now look at this trade. You can see that I took 12 trades so far on this account. One was a huge loss. I reached 0.7. 0.7 lot size. I entered that trade. So I decided to reduce it. Look at my PNL. So far there's a lot of green, but just one loss was, so I came back to the chart to see what this is around 7 p.m. I came back to see what the market is doing. You can see it's still going downwards. So it's a win-win for us. I'm grateful I exited that chart. At least my psychology is intact. Hope you learned something from this trade. Thank you guys for sticking with me so far. Bye. See you in the next video.